welcome back for Collective Comrade. Welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. This is a series where we are talking about grassroots efforts, either individuals or organizations around the world to counter this bullshit, alright? We're gonna do the Fireweed Collective today, and I've talked about them a lot in other segments, specifically a couple story times and also the Diagnosing and Dismantling Society series. The Fireweed Collective used to be known as the Icarus Project, and now it is the Fireweed Collective, and it is a radical mental health group, grassroots efforts to support people in their own agency and reclamation of their mental health journeys. A lot of folks have a lot of trauma and other things from experiencing mental health crises or emotional crises, not to mention the systemic aspects of life. And that's something that I love about the Fireweed. I've used the Fireweed Collective's work and have done work with them as well since my master's degree, which was I used the Fireweed Collective's ideology around grassroots efforts and agency for my own personal healing. I went off of my psychotropics and all of my pharmaceuticals using a guide from the Fireweed Collective about 11 years ago at this point, and then created a few different mental health groups using their model in how to do so. So I want you to know if you have anything in your community where you want to support folks with mental health, addiction, this is a great alternative to what already exists, and this is a great way to acknowledge that the oppressive systems are the reason that a lot of people have mental health issues, and it alleviates that individual blame and shame that is often associated in our society with mental health or mental illness, incarceration and criminalization, the dehumanization of people. The Fireweed Collective does a ton of work. They have a ton of incredible resources on their website. If this is something that you are interested in, I would highly advise printing the materials and having a copy of them. One of the things that they have is this Madness and Oppression, which does talk about what I just mentioned, how if basic ass human rights are not being met, mental health will be an issue. That does not make it an individual flaw. It makes it a symptom of the larger systems at play, which capitalism breeds inequality. It breeds all of these things to make it hard for people to survive on a day-to-day basis if they are not able to participate in a capitalist society, myself included. Neurodivergence is a larger umbrella for this stuff as well. Like I already mentioned, they also have, let me read it from the website. Fireweed Collective offers mental health and education and mutual aid through a healing justice and disability justice lens. We support the emotional wellness of all people and center queer, trans, Black, Indigenous, people of color, folks in our internal leadership programs and resources. Our work seeks to disrupt the harm of systems of abuse and oppression, often reproduced by the mental health system. Our model for understanding severe mental illness is a community and relationship-based and divests from the prison industrial complex and psych wards. The old saying, when it was the Icarus Project, their slogan was navigating this space between brilliance and madness, which I really resonated with in that time of my life. Like I said, this model, this group, these resources are what got me through my mental health stuff, and I turned around and became a peer, started mental health groups in Skid Row, and it really did open so many hundreds of people's eyes up to the fact that the system is the thing that's flawed, not us, and that is power, okay? So I highly recommend checking them out. They have a lot of offerings. Like I said, you can print stuff. They have a lot of workshops, and most of this stuff is at a like sliding scale donation based thing because of the necessity for what's that word? Accessibility, right? Especially within that lens of disability justice, okay? Join a support group, check out publications, upcoming webinars. You can watch past webinars. There's a ton of incredible stuff. I will put their website here. I will also put their Instagram. It looks like they're on Twitter and Facebook as well. So go to the website and you can go to the documents. Like I said, they have the Madness and Oppression workbook. They also have the going off of, or the harm reduction, going off of psychotropics or pharmaceuticals, and they have that in a lot of different languages for, again, the accessibility. And those are downloadable. You can download them on PDF. I think I have a downloaded copy of that one. It's like very long, but again, if this is something that you're starting in your community, you could maybe get it printed and put it in a binder, or turn it into a booklet within your community so that it is something that's there. I had a binder of resources in the community groups that I did. I left all of that stuff with the community when I left, so I don't have that to show you, but these things are all online. Let me go ahead and see if I'm following their Instagram, because if I'm not, I want to be. I don't think I knew they had an Instagram. Okay, my phone is saying no. Weird. Maybe it's under something else. Anyway, I will go ahead and put the information below, and I hope that this helps you kind of reframe mental health. Again, this was the roots of my my studies, my master's, and my work after that. I did workshops in de-escalation, which I've put on YouTube under a collective convo about, what is the title of that? Something about regulating emotional crisis or navigating, I don't know. Either way, incredible fucking organization, resource. Get involved, create your own chapter. And that's another thing with these collective comrade, now that we're looking at organizations or grassroots efforts, is that all of these models want to be replicated in your area. That's the point. That's why there's a main, what's the word for this? There's a main space for all of those resources so that it can be replicated. Okay? Have a great one.